Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to my newest video, which is actually a video on beard care. Now, for those of you who don't know, or maybe this is the first time that you're watching my channel, I've been growing a goatee for a couple of weeks, and it's been 2.5, 3 weeks, something like that, and you can see it's coming in okay. And I don't usually have any problem growing facial hair. So I was going to do a video on beard care, and I guess I should actually start by saying, what do you do to actually grow facial hair? Because I think most people think that you just let it grow and that's fine, and you can definitely do that, but it's not going to look neat or tidy, and it's not going to look nice. And I'm a big fan of people who have beards should keep them clean, neat, and tidy. And I've seen people with these beards that just are, like sort of like the Robertsons from Duck Dynasty, and man, their beards, man, they freak me out. I'm not gonna lie. I think that, wow, one day they're going to wake up and birds are going to be making their nest in their beards or something. But seriously, what do you do to grow facial hair? The first thing you need to do is you need to have a plan of what you're going to grow. Do you want to grow a mustache? Do you want to grow a handlebar? Okay, a handlebar comes down. I mean, a true handlebar you would turn up, but what people call a handlebar now, it just comes down like this, and then you shave this part here. This right here, that's what I call a dribble catcher. I don't know what they really call it. Or do you want to grow a goatee? Do you want to grow a full beard? And you have to decide what you want to grow. And after you decide what you're going to grow, you have to make sure that you have the facial hair for it. I had a goatee since I was about 14 because I just started growing facial hair early. And so I could get a goatee. What I could not grow was a little patch right there. Okay, there were two patches that were just like bald. So if I grew a mustache and a goatee, they wouldn't be connected. Now, as you can see, I'm an adult now, and I don't have any problem growing a full goatee. So when I was younger, I just grew a little sort of like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo type of goatee down here, and I didn't have a mustache because it looked silly to have a mustache and not have it connected to the goatee. So, so that's what I did. Now, when you make a decision about what kind of facial hair you want, and then when you decide that you can grow the type of facial hair, you can then start growing your facial hair. And usually what I do is I wait a couple days till you get a good coarse scruff going, and then I just do a cut-in. And so I'll shave anything except for where I want my facial hair to be. And so I'll just shave like I regularly would, except where I want facial hair, I'll leave that alone. It won't be perfect. You won't have really crisp, clean lines because you'll just be starting out. But that's where I start. And then, so I cut that main form in. And then after you start growing it out to whatever length you want, then you're going to see what your facial hair looks like when it's more full. And then you can start trimming, you can start edging, you can start sculpting it a little bit. Now some people, even when they have the stubble, they like to sculpt, and that's fine because some people don't ever grow their facial hair out longer than just a little stubble. I always think that looks a little bit weird when I see people with like this little stubbly goatee. I don't know why they do that, but they do. I figure if you're going to have facial hair, have facial hair. I've had a fairly long beard in my past, and and by long, I mean, about that. The thing about my hair, and you'll find this is different with all facial hair types, but the thing with my hair is my hair lays very flat. It doesn't poof out, so even when my beard hair was this long, it came down and it was very, very smooth, and so it just laid there. But maybe you don't have facial hair that just lays there. Maybe you have facial hair that's like growing out here, and then you got some growing down there. Okay, and so maybe your facial hair is not quite as tame there is help for you, and I'm here to tell you what that help is. This little doohickey here, this is a beard brush, and this will be your best friend. It looks more like a detail brush or something like that, like if you're detailing a car or if you're cleaning something. You can see it's about 1/2 inch thick, and bristles are probably about 1/2 inch long. It's very squarish, but it's a small brush. It's not a big brush. What you do as you're growing your facial hair out is you brush it, and you should ideally brush your facial hair a couple times a day, and that's going to sound sort of strange, but if you want neat facial hair that is lying properly on your face, then you need to brush it. And so what you do to brush it is you just start and you brush down, okay? Some people use this almost like an exfoliating tool, and they're brush it out, brush it out. They'll brush against the grain to fluff it up, you know, and then they'll be like brushing it down and everything. The purpose of brushing is not to exfoliate, but to smooth the hair and to separate and train the hairs. Now, there are some people who will say that you can retrain your hair to grow a certain way. That's not true. The way your hair grows is based on your skin and the follicles that go into your skin and the root system of your hair. For me, my facial hair here grows down. Then along my jawline it grows back. Then on my neck it grows up. That will never change. The direction that my hair grows will never change unless I get my hair follicles surgically changed, and they don't even do that. So what you can do though is you can retrain your hair in how to lie. So let's say that you've got a patch of hair that goes up like this. It will always grow up like that. But what you can do is you can train it to lie down by brushing it daily. Brush, brush, brush until it's nice and smooth, till you can feel that, till you can feel that it's all lying in the same direction, and just brush it. Just brush it, okay? And what that's going to do is that's going to reposition those hairs, and eventually your hair will, for the most part, lay in the direction that you want it to lay. You may still wake up, and if your face is smashed across the pillow, it's still going to push up, okay? And that's just what you have to deal with. But brushing it will redirect it to grow, or redirect it to lay whichever direction you want it to. Now, that being said, care of your beard is important, and so some people say, well, what do you do? How do you clean it? What do you do? And for me, I use shampoo and conditioner on my beard to make it soft. I have a really thick beard, and so in order to make it nice and soft so that whenever I smooch with my wife, I'm not like ripping her face apart, I actually wash and condition it. And also helps your beard to smell nice, because your beard will absorb any of the smells that are around it. So if you are eating a spicy burrito and you get sauce in there, your beard is going to smell like a spicy burrito. If you're a smoker, your beard is going to smell like smoke. You know, if you're a drinker, your beard is going to smell like alcohol, and that's just the way it is. So in order to counteract that, I wash and condition my beard daily, and so I just use shampoo and conditioner, regular shampoo and conditioner. But one thing that you should avoid is sulfa products. And so when you look at the ingredient label on your shampoo or your conditioner, make sure that there are no sulfa products in there, because sulfas and sulfates will they'll strip your hairs, and they'll actually leave them feeling cleaner when you wash them, but more coarse and brittle when you're done. And what you don't want with beard hair is coarse, brittle hair. And the reason is your facial hair is already thicker and coarser than your head hair, so you don't want to add any coarseness to that. What you want to do is you want to smooth that out, and so make sure that you're using I use a hydrating shampoo or even a volumizing shampoo that's going to add to that hair fiber and build it up, so that you feel nice. Now, you can, after your shower, you can put a little bit of oil in your beard. They make beard oils. I don't do that. Usually when I shave, I'll splash aftershave on, and then I'll just pull a little bit down so that my beard smells a little bit like that aftershave. But you can use oils. If you have a long, true handlebar mustache, which I have in the past, I had a mustache that you could curl up on the ends when I was in either college or seminary, I think. And you can actually twist it. You can get mustache wax, and you can do that. You can also you can comb mustache wax through. By the way, this is a little mustache comb. You can comb your mustache down, then you put wax in it, and you can comb it out. And when it's long enough, it'll actually comb in that direction. You add wax to it, and it'll stay in whatever direction you comb it, and then you can twirl the ends up, twirl them down. You can do a Kurt Davis and be like, whoa, like that. And so you can do any of those things, but you have to have hair that's long enough to do that. The good thing about having a mustache and a goatee is, let's say that you want that twirly handlebar mustache, but you don't want it all the time. When your mustache is long enough, you can actually just incorporate it down into your goatee, so that if you're at a place where you think, maybe a handlebar isn't the best type of mustache, maybe you want to tone it down a little bit, or you don't want to frighten people, just take those longer hairs and just incorporate them down into your goatee, and you'll be fine. So finally, what do you do as far as trimming? Because some people don't want to just let their beard grow longer and longer and longer, and I'm one of those people. I don't like really, really long. I don't like these, these beards that are like this, down to here. So you can get a personal trimmer, and this is one that I got from, I think, Walmart, and it's a Wall brand, okay, and I've had this for years. It's cordless, so you have to recharge it. I usually get a few uses out of it before I have to recharge it. This is a personal trimmer, so that you can, do one of these numbers if you got hair growing out of your ears. By the way, guys, trim the hair out of your ears, and also trim the hair out of your nose, okay, because that's disgusting. Nobody wants to see that. Second of all, and I didn't even show you what I just did there. So this actually, since it's a personal trimmer, it has a lot of extra attachments, and what you do is you just pull that off, and then you snap the new one on. This is a tiny little trimmer. This is more of a detail trimmer, and so this is if you're really shaping. Maybe you want to shape the inside here, but you don't want to take a lot off. You can do that, and maybe you want this to extend and you want this to extend, but you don't want anything between there. So you might just take it straight down and trim that way. Or you also have a full T-bar edger that you can use on there. Let's see if we can get it to focus. There we go. T-bar edger, and this actually has little clip-on attachments, and this is what I use to trim my goatee. That just clips on, and then you just take it up through, almost like you're giving yourself a haircut, and you bring it up through there, and you trim it off that way. And I think this came with like 5 different attachments or something. And then finally, you have this monstrosity, which I don't think that I've ever used. This is a shaver, so if you wanted to, you could, and I don't do that, but you may want to. I'm not sure. You could use this if you're giving yourself a haircut. You could use this maybe on the back of your neck, something like that. But it's up to you. I don't use that. But the foil comes off. You can see the blades right there. Let's see if I can get out of the way. You can see the blades. And then you just pop this foil back on, and that's it. So that's how I care for my goatee. When it grows out a little bit longer, you have a little bit more freedom to shape it the way you want to, and especially when you're trimming and when you're shaping a goatee, probably one of the most important things is making sure that it's even. And so, I mean, I've seen guys who, like, they spend like hours on their goatee and it's like crooked on their face. In that this side might come out to here and then this side might come to here, and so you're like, hey, how's it going? You know, I got a goatee, and it's like, well, your goatee looks like garbage because you didn't trim it evenly. And so always go easy when you're trimming, because you can always trim a little bit more, but once you trim too much, you just got to wait for it to grow back. So so be very careful when you're trimming, but you can go wild, you can go boxy, you can go square, you can go round. You know, some people like a goatee that comes back like this. You know, I like one that comes more around my chin only here. But that's what I do, and hope that helps you, and hope that that has given you some knowledge that maybe you didn't have before, and I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will answer them. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas for something that you want to see me do, please message me and let me know, and I will be more than happy to incorporate that into my channel. So I hope that you have a great day, and shave on.